So, if you've been watching the channel for a while now, you're going to notice that I do have this Fireball fixture table already in the shop, but I held off on putting a review video together here just because I wanted to get it in there, kind of get it into my workflow, see how I was going to like it before I really kind of talked about it. So, it's been in the shop now for about 6 months, and I felt like it was about time to do a video on it. So, here it is. So I've now had this Fireball fixture table here in my shop for probably pushing 6 months. I've been holding off on doing a review of it till I could kind of get it in here, see how it works around my workflow, and kind of tell you a real opinion of it rather than just, ooh, I took it out of the box and it's all shiny. So I'm going to show you a project that I'm using it for here today and show you what this type table really excels at. So I have to make some legs for a place that makes beer canning machinery. So I've got a bunch of stainless steel pieces here pre-cut, and this is the type thing this table really excels at. So you have your stop blocks here, and you can just pop your pieces in there and use the repeatability of the table here to your advantage when you have multiples. If you just do one at a time, you don't really save a whole lot of time with this table, but if you're doing multiples of one piece, this table saves you a ton of time. So basically this is just the part right here, and what I can do is, like you saw there, I just put my pieces in, I slide them over against my stops, I clamp them down, and now this is 90 to that. They're consistent this way. There's no tape measure. The first one you have to set up, and I never really realized why Fireball included like these shim blocks with their fixture kits until I got this set up. I have a strong hand table and it has some adjustable slide deals, but I kind of like this better because you don't have to worry about them moving. So basically, there is no setup for this whole deal here. There is just that. Now I'm ready to weld this guy out. It is just that simple. I really like a fixture table for this kind of work. Now, I had this initially shipped to a buddy of mine's shop because I wasn't sure if I was going to be here to unload it. He does real heavy industrial fabrication, and his thoughts were basically his guys would destroy this table on day one or day two. Like they're real rough. You know, we're talking MIG, tack stuff to the table, beat the hell out of it. If you're in that kind of environment, this table is probably not for you. If you're the type environment here where I'm doing, you know, very detailed, very high precision work, absolutely this type table is for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and weld this guy out here, and you can see just how fast it is to put together components with a table setup like this. I'm using, actually, this is one of the first projects. I bought a new Dynasty 300, and I don't know if the video is going to be up prior to this video or not, but yeah, we're using a Dynasty 300 here over behind the camera there. And I'm just gonna tack this guy. Oh, that was weird. I don't know why, that was crusty. I don't know why. Huh. Don't know why that did that. Okay, so what I'm doing here is just tacking the inside of this joint here, because this is a gusset and they have the corners squared off here. And it's, you know, you can run a longer tungsten and go ahead and do your inside bit there before you do that, and not really have to worry about this splaying out from that weld cooling. Or you can just weld it all together, it doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to make this go fast because I got to deliver this stuff today, so we're going as quick as we possibly can, which is what this table really excels at, because it makes work like this go very quick and, you know, very, very easy compared to trying to do this, you know, with a tape measure and doing every one differently. Very, very easy for jobs like this. Okay, so we'll tack our gusset in there. And to space it on this, to space it on this 1.5" tubing, I am just using a 625 or 5/8 spacer block, which puts this piece of 1/4 inch like right in the middle of that. and it just makes it go so fast and easy. Once you set one up, there's no thought. You can just turn the tunes up and crank out some parts. I am running, what, 112 amps with the foot pedal here, so I don't know exactly what amperage I'm running because I'm kind of varying it with the foot pedal, but somewhere around 100 to 112 amps because I'm just kind of running mostly wide open here. And like this type table is really awesome if you actually bid this work. So if you're doing T&M, you know, not necessarily the best, but if you are bidding projects, this is great because this lets me crank stuff out really quickly and it lets me turn out a really high quality product, which is nice because that kind of sets me apart from the competition. However, I will say this table is a very expensive piece of kit to have around. So the table, I want to say, with shipping and tax and everything, was pushing $15,000. I have since spent about another $7,000, $8,000 in tooling. So when I buy tooling, I mean these stops here, clamps, shims, just the whole deal there. And really, I feel like I could probably spend another $5,000 to $10,000 on tooling there to kind of get all the little parts and pieces to make this table really, really shine. So you're looking at probably $25,000 for this setup here. So it is not a cheap setup, but if you are doing detail work like this, absolutely. I mean, that lets you just kick the crap out of your competition in speed and in quality. So it just works really well. So I'm going to weld these guys out here. And this, I know where it's going, so I am just washing this in here. This does not need filler, because this is pretty overbuilt for what it is. But the nice thing with this, I can minimize the distortion by clamping my part down. And it just works well. Whoop, and I dipped my tungsten. Whoops. Now, if you've never seen one of these Sharpies, this is the greatest thing ever. I have a nice fresh tungsten. Oh, I think I just ran over my hose down there. That's probably why that weld started off crusty. There we go. We got a nice fresh tungsten there. Okay, onto this side, but you see here just how quick this goes. Really? Yeah, I dipped my tungsten again. Okay, now we'll take it out of here, flip it over. Since we're tacked up, I'm just going to put one clamp in the middle here just to keep a good ground on it, and we'll go ahead and weld up the other sides here. I'm a little shaky because I have not had breakfast yet. All right, one more, and this piece is done. All right, and this piece is done. Take it out of the clamps here and on to the next one. So this gives you an idea right here of just how fast you can go from a blueprint and cut parts to a finished product with a table like this here. This, before I sped it up, was 22 minutes from start of just kind of looking at this, getting an idea of how I was going to fixture this, all the way to having a finished part that was finished and ready to go out the door. You know, a table like this is really awesome if you are making parts like this for like really anybody, but you know, if you're making repetitive parts like this that need to be, you know, precision and quickly produced, like this really gives you an edge. So enjoy the rest of this.